Check safe. Safe. I'll be working with only a front side, as you can see. Not too bad working with only a front side. Check. 2 rounds remaining. Now I'll do some speed reloads. Put the safety on. And it's on the ear in here.
now when you're doing your shopping list, whether you're at home or at work, is amazing. I hope we're talking about home living.
It's this. I put it in my left pocket this time. Reload. Failure. Reload. Som det nu. Visa upp tur. Det här kommer bra. So this is double safe. For those who that word. There's nothing to fire but air. And the safety zone. So even if there were ammo can pull the trigger, it's not going to send rounds. And so it's an unloaded magazine with the safety. From here, we got 12 rounds, count the hammer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fresh map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The hardest part of this is getting the cylinder out of the pocket. So I find the fastest way to reload is to have it on a table or surface. Or I could have it in my hand like this. So here we go again, 12 rounds. Okay. And I get off 2 center mass hits on the drum over there and 1 headshot. 1, 2, 3. Back to low ready. The hardest part of the reload here is threading the needle. And if I want to send a customer feedback letter to Craftsman, I like this gun. This is a Craftsman Vigilante with a Craftsman triple thread barrel. So actually, I own a Craftsman Vigilante and a Craftsman triple thread. And they're interchangeable, a lot of parts are interchangeable. Which means if you buy the Craftsman triple thread kit, which comes with 3 barrels, I think it's 4, 6, and 8 inches. you can actually use those pairs on the Crossman Vigilante. And I've opened up both of them, and they're pretty much the same gun, but mostly the aesthetics differ. So this is the 44R6 6-inch barrel. If I would send a customer feedback to Crossman, like a suggestion, it would be to make it a little bit easier to thread the needle. This rod for the cylinder and this hole, they're pretty small, so it's a little bit finicky to thread that needle. This small hole has to go over that small rod there. So that's the hardest part, lining it up, like threading a needle. Now I figured out a speed reload technique for this, and see if I can do it again. And it's basically getting this here against the barrel, yes, and then folding it down. So putting it kind of straight, trying to go straight down. See, notice here, I'm trying to go straight down to thread the needle, kind of straight here. And that's pretty hard to line it up, like this. What I discovered before was a speed reload technique. And it's a way that, it's an easier, fast way to reload. And getting one of these teeth here against the top of the barrel, which extends out a little bit there. So it's getting the tooth here on the top of the barrel and then folding it down. And that lines it up, more or less. There you go. See? Yes. Yes. So. Okay, we'll do some more speed reloads. See, the whip channel came off. Seated speed reloads. Safety's on. Yeah, here we go. If I want to make it even more safe for people that are paranoid about muscle sweeping, well, there's nothing to fire but air in the safety zone. If I want to make it even more secure, I could remove the C2 cartridge. So let's do that actually. And it's going to be a little bit of psh as I open this, because do it in parts. Do it in parts. Cut it up. If you do that and add fully, you can freeze the seal. So it's better to do it a little bit at a time. A lot of air back left in it. So I haven't been shooting for a while, and I could tell, if you look at the tape, the first part of the speed reload, I was struggling more, like ring rust. And after doing it a few times, I got into my groove and was able to do it pretty fast. So now it's triple safe, you could say, which means what? There's no pellets in the cylinder. There's nothing in the barrel. With the safety off, it won't fire. If the CO2 cartridge was in, it will be firing air, okay, and all the air. So this is triply about as safe as this could get, which means there's no CO2 cartridge in there. So even if I put rounds in the cylinder, pellets, it would fire. It wouldn't fire that CO2 cartridge. Now there's no pellets in the cylinder. There's no CO2 cartridge in there, and the safety is on. So now we'll do some extra safe speed reload. And I was working only with the front sight. That's all I had, the front sight. See, it's broken. The back of the sights are broken. So this is what I was working with. It's not too bad. I was able to hit this bottle from over here to there. And I'll do big steps to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 paces, you could call it. Meaning long steps like this. It's 4 of those more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And foot lengths, which means little feet. 1 foot against another. Let's do from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 feet, like literal my Sahara feet, okay? My feet. 15 feet. 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, okay. Not too bad. Now do some speed reloads at the end of this. Aim to keep this less than 30 minutes. There we go, speed reloads. I can teach you, if you got a crossbow vigilante, how to create a stable shooting platform. More accurate, offhand. Okay? Here's one way. In the armpit, see, this, stabilizing with the armpit, like this. This is not for recoil absorption, this is to create a stable shooting platform. So obviously, you can be more accurate and more stable if you use something like this and rest it on there. And it can be easier to keep the airgun stable. Now offhand stabilization techniques. What about talking about stabilization? Well, if you stand and aim, you might notice, especially if you're stressed, that it moves around a little bit. Okay. Especially if you start pulling the trigger. So the way to stabilize it is wrist in my armpit and fold it like this. See, and you can experiment with that and test it yourself. And it's easier for me to keep it stable that way. So it's wrist in the armpit, or you can even go even further down and have the bottom of the trigger guard in your armpit like this. Yeah. Now with the real revolver, there can be powder gases escaping out the side, so you wouldn't want to do that with a real revolver, because you can get cut by the powder gases. A revolver has a cylinder gap, which is why suppressors don't work with revolvers, because there's not just gases coming out the end of the barrel, there's gases coming out the side of the cylinder as well. There's a cylinder gap right here. So if you would hold your hand here and shoot a revolver, it can actually catch it. So anyway, that's the point. Trigger guard, armpit, works. Wrist, armpit, fold and put one hand here or here. Look at this. See? And this helps you to be more stable. So basically using the left arm to stabilize the gun. Another way, more specifics, with this gun. Thumb at the top of the left grip panel helps. But like gripping techniques, there can be different techniques like how to grip with gloves or how to grip a bread around the tool or something like this. With this specific gun, I find that it helps to be more stable shooting offhand without stabilize like this. One-handed with the thumb at the top of the left grip panel here. And I'm pushing down with the thumb. So here, and then squeezing, pushing my thumb down on the grip panel, top of the grip panel, and then in. Mostly down. I also customized this gun. So I did, what is the customizations? I used hot glue to enhance the grip by putting hot glue on the grip panels, and like all over the place, okay? So I put hot glue in different places so it gives me better grip. Also some shock absorber if I would drop it on something, or bang against something. Another customization I did, I bought glow-in-the-dark tape and cut off a strip and put in the front sight and on the back sight. So there will be 3 glow-in-the-dark dots in front. Okay, so there will be a glow-in-the-dark at the front side, glow-in-the-dark on the back side. And I find I can be pretty accurate using only the front sight and not caring about the back side. Just use the front sight and then put it where I want. Now at these distances, it's more or less point shooting. So if you can't hit at these ranges without using your sights, you might need more training. Meaning, if you can't hit like this is down, the goals there. If you can't hit like this without using the sights, where you want to hit, you might need some more training. And how could you train? Well, you could have air guns. Now that's not good for indoor training. I have a good backstop here. Now, if you put up cans, for example, and you can go like this and try to hit the can on the left. Then, okay, so that is the force you can train that. Anyway, what type of cartridge do I use? ASG, Action Sport Games, CO2 cartridge. What pellets? Excite Kappa Speed Screw Ball, 4.5mm, 177 cal. So these are lead free. I like that. I don't like handling lead. I don't like hitting, if it's a bullet trap or something. I don't like to handle lead, to touch lead, okay? And I don't like to have lead in my environment. So I like these. These are copper jacketed, similar to firearms, like normal firearms. But like a lot of rounds are copper jacketed, the way that it does have a copper jacket. So these are copper jacketed pellets. And I like them. I don't have to touch lead. So as I was shooting, I was running the faucet and having background sound, and then also playing Packables can be copyright free. Having the faucet running, and then I got that door. So I say I've been doing different things to make it less noisy. Now it sounds pretty much like you're hammering up a painting or something like this. Bang, bang, bang. It sounds like hammering a painting or something like this. So anyway, I like the Craftsman. Craftsman is a good airgun brand. Craftsman Vigilante, Craftsman Triple Threat are 2 Craftsman handguns I bought. I think my first Craftsman airgun was gifted to me when I was younger, like a teenager. A Craftsman, I think it was called PT-80. Pretty sure it was a Craftsman. And it looked like a pistol, but it has a cylinder magazine like this. It's like top break open, and then okay. This is a Craftsman Vigilante with a Craftsman Triple Threat barrel on it. The Craftsman Triple Threat comes with 3 barrels. I think it's 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches, and they're easy to replace. It's like all you need is a flat head screwdriver, and you can detach the barrel and put whatever one, whichever one you want. Now, the longer the barrel, the higher the velocity. So with the shorter barrel, you're getting less speed, and it's going to be harder for it to be accurate. So anyway, I'm going to finish up. Good shooting session. Good shooting session. Narco, energy drink. How big is this? Well, it's a big pen. So it's about this big and about this wide. Okay. This is a thin can. And here's a coconut milk can. And I was able to hit what I wanted to hit there. And I have a quality backstop. I'm not stupid. Which means even if I would miss, I'm not going to miss that wide. So I have tires here. And I think those could actually stop at 22, quite possibly. Like shooting at 22. I wouldn't be surprised if you shot one of those tires. If it passed through the first side of the tire, it gets stopped by the back side of it. So tires are really good. I've used them for stabbing, and it's really hard to stab through a tire. So yeah, that's a quality backstop. It's tires and tape on it. And on the right side I have that thing. And I didn't hit anything on the sides. Now, it's a pity that that is whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. So that's gonna be the end of the video. So this is not a real gun. This is a CO2 air gun. Crossman vigilante with a Crossman 50% barrel.